right, so this is what we like to see. We're at the Phillips 66 in York, Nebraska. Paper towels, full. Hand sanitizer. Keeps my job a lot cleaner and keeps your hands from stinking while you're driving. I very much appreciate that. And actually, they got the good stuff here. Windshield washer stuff is all set up and ready to go, and it's got the extra long handles, so I can actually do my entire windshield instead of crawling up on my tire. We really appreciate that, Phillips 66 in York, and I guess we're gonna keep moving. Oh, and also this particular little truck stop has a Trucker's Chapel. It's got a Pizza Hut, Baskin Robbins, and some other restaurant. Gas is pretty cheap too, though. Oh, and heck yeah, it's even got a puppy playground. How cool is that? It's great for the puppies.
So we are almost to Colorado, and Cherokee is driving the van behind us. Says that he thinks that one of the straps came off the kayaks. So, because it's very, very windy, so we are on the side of the road checking it out, and hopefully we'll be back up on the road and going pretty soon. Yeah, crazy windy though. That wind is insane.
Yeah, it's that windy. 60-mile-an-hour gusts. All right, we're in Colorado.
We're in Colorado.
You ready to go? Pack it up, pack it in.
Hey guys, so this morning rewind. Last night we blew dock in Jonesburg, Colorado. So this morning we were up out at about 6 a.m. We are just entering Denver and hitting elevation, so we'll see how it goes.
The car was smoking and we had to pull over and fix it, but then we had some lunch.
Make sure that you're always tapping your brakes versus continuously pushing on them, because hot brakes fail. We have already had one instance of pulling off just to let our brakes cool off. just taking it slow. How's it going?
Good.
Beautiful. Hi. So we're again having a little break. Brakes got hot, so just giving the brakes a break. Chilling on the side of the mountain. It's a river.
When the fire blew up, then they needed like people, 4 BLM firefighters. Then once the fire blew up, then the number of firefighters rose to 50, which 14 of them was overrun by the fire, and then the other 36 made it out of the east slope, or the east.
Yeah, the sucky part is the survivors had to pick out their buddies, and they picked them up and carried them off the mountain.
Yeah.
All right, so basically July 6, 1994, there were several different agencies involved in this fire at this location. I'm not going to go into all the politics about it and things like that, but several resources were sent to respond to this fire. En route, several resources were taken away to respond to another. They were needed at a different fire. So the responding units that did arrive, the first crews arrived by parachute. Some arrived by engine and some by foot later on. You really have to read the story if you haven't read this already. So in the end, there was an explosion. 14 firefighters died. So wildland firefighters learned about watch out situations, about LCES, different rules and things that wildland firefighters operate on now that they may not have before. Okay, I was looking for dogs.
That just tells everything about
All right, so this trail that we're taking is actually the trail that we're just retracing the footsteps of many of the firefighters ran for their lives, trying to escape this big explosion. To our right is I-70, and as this whole incident happened, people on the interstate were stopping, taking pictures, just all in awe about how big this fire had gotten. Little did they know, actually, there was firefighters up here working the fire, and that several of them would later perish. So this is the type of terrain that they were fighting. Took them several hours to get to their areas where their resting place is, but as you can see, this is some pretty steep and tough terrain. All right, so as you can imagine, these firefighters were pretty well in shape, but not only were they wearing their Nomex, they're wearing boots, helmets, carrying Pulaskis, shovels, fusees, whatever they need, but they're also carrying their meals in, along with various other items, their line pack and stuff like that, their line gear. And remember, some of them parachuted in, so they've got other gear as well. But you can imagine they've got to be in great shape to be able to climb this in this amount of time, but they're fighting fire the whole way too. So keep moving. They're also battling the extreme heat. I don't know what it was that day, but it's got to have been pretty high 90s. So they're battling dehydration, thirst. That canteen on their side is looking really thirsty to them right about now. Oops. There's snakes out here. There's mosquitoes out here. Not to mention the fire. The winds are strong, and they're blowing right past them, and aiding to their dehydration and drying them out as well. What's that?
It's supposed to be like a fire scarf thing.
None of us were prepared. None of us. Water, snacks.
Snacks?
Water. Okay, we don't need snacks. Water. Water.
Probably water.
Did I say water?
All right, I'll be honest. I don't know where it is. The kids see some sort of a memorial off in the distance. It was like 2002 when I first came here with my engine boss. Yeah, my engine boss, Terry. Not quite sure on that date, actually. Might have been 2003. Anyway, so was it 2002? 02. All right, so it was 02. And came with a bunch of other firefighters we were on an engine crew in Utah with. And but like I said, I'm not sure if we're going the right direction or not. The hills or the vantage point that I remember is different than, so oh well, we're getting to something here. We'll see what it is. All right, so I'm here. I've heard stories, and some of the books that I've read, I've heard stories of the fire as it exploded, chasing firefighters up the mountain here. They came to, I'm not sure if it's this ridge or the next one over. As they got to the top, bailed off the other end as the fire went overhead of them. but some of them actually made it because of it. So where are we at? Observation point. All right. All right, guys, in the end, I did not get to bring my helmet to the memorial site that I wanted to. My crew boss over there thought it was best that I didn't. She didn't think I was in good enough shape, nor did we have a lot of water. So, I don't know. Sometime in my life I'll be able to do it, I guess. But I'm seriously blaming her. Cherokee and I were full, willing and ready to do it, but there's a ton of research out here. There's a ton of books. I encourage anybody involved with any of this, any kind of fire or emergency services, to read about it. There's so many lessons, not just for wildland firefighters or for nature conservationists, all kinds of stuff. But there's a ton of lessons out there, so it's all of it's a good read. Or better yet, if you're in the area, do a little bit of research before you come. Stop on by, leave a donation, pay your respects. Important part of all this is learning. It's nice to pay your respects and things like that, but it's important that we learn from things that have happened in the past and better ourselves.